I want to show you how you can realistically get to $5,000 a month in passive income without ever putting your hand in your pocket. Better still, without selling, without sponsoring or referring, without spending much time. In fact, all you need is probably less than 5 minutes a day. And what I'm going to show you is a worst case scenario, not the usual hyped up nonsense, and 2 examples, not just one, both worst case scenarios. And I'm going to start by showing you something you may well have seen before, but I hope to cast a new light on it and use it as a foundation for what I'm going to show you. You may well have seen this, as I say. It's the doubling principle. It's about taking 1 cent and doubling it each day. And if you watch what happens, it's very, very slow. For the first 15 days, you've only got to $163. And then the second 15 days, you can see it accelerates and you get up to over $5 million in the next 15 days. But what it illustrates is the power of compounding, because what you're doing is you're taking your profits, putting it back in and compounding this money so that it grows more quickly. I said that it's very difficult to double your money every day, but it is feasible to double your money every roughly 6 months. And there are ways of doing that by applying compounding. And so if we looked at these as 6-month periods instead of days, you would see that it would take you 15 years and you'd have $5 million. Another way of looking at this is if you wanted to take out $5,000 a month, and these were 6-month periods, you would need $30,000 every 6 months. And if we went to somewhere around here, 11 to 12 years, you would have sufficient cash to be able to take out $5,000 per month and still have enough money left in to keep that principal growing and allow you to continue taking out that money over and over again, month after month after month. But if this is going to take 6 months, would you really want to take 6 months to go from a penny to 2 pennies? To take 5 years to get from a penny to $5? To take 6 years to get up to $20? You would probably think, I might as well get started with $20, and that would eliminate 6 years of pain, 6 years of waiting. So if we look at $20 going in, you can see that now we've got to a stage where in 6 to 6.5 years you could be drawing $5,000 a month and still keep this growing. You would reach that retirement income in 6 to 6.5 years. And this is the principle that we apply in what we're doing. But we have to look for solid programs. There's lots of nonsense out there that tell you, oh, you can make 11% a day and all this stuff. What is viable and what is happening with solid companies, we're seeing that we can make 12% a month. We're seeing what we can actually do. So I'm going to go to another spreadsheet and show you one based on one of the companies we use to leverage your income. And remember this 20, because that 20 is a figure I've selected because that is easy to get in free cash that will allow you to do this process. So you wouldn't be putting in your own cash, you could put in free cash and still in 5 to 6 years be drawing $5,000, maybe $10,000 per month. So here we are. This is a spreadsheet based on one of the programs that we use to leverage income, and it'll pay you between 1% and 1.25% per day. However, that is not all profit. Some of that percentage is a return of your investment, a return of capital. So if we were to look at your $20 that we were talking about as an initial investment, and let's take it at just 1%. Let's ignore the fact that you could get 1.25%. Once your investment has returned 125%, or a quarter as much, so once your $20 has grown to $25, your investment ceases to exist. You've made a $5 profit. It'll take you 125 days at 1%, and you will have made a $5 profit. And at that time, that investment will have ceased. But if we keep adding in our funds as and when we can keep that rolling and rolling and rolling, and we can look at getting $5,000 a month. So the profit on $20 in day one, they're going to pay you 20 cents at 1%. 1% of $20, 20 cents. This is a column you can ignore just for now, but the profit on that is only 4 cents, because 16 cents of that is a return of your investment. So your profit is just 4 cents at this point per day. That's the same as $1.20 per month. And the reason we're showing that here is because if you wanted $5,000, you would need to get to a stage where you could draw $166.67 per day and still maintain your investment. So it would need this profit here to be in excess of 166.67 cents. We're starting with 20. We're taking the lowest figure, which is 1%. It sometimes is as high as 1.25%, but let's ignore that. And this spreadsheet will in fact remove that initial $20 investment at the end of the 125-day period. So if we go to day 126, you'll see that this investment here will reduce by $20. But if we scroll down a little bit, you can see that at this stage here, after 25 days, we've actually earned enough, $5, because $5 is the minimum you can invest in this program, to add another $5. So we would then have $25 working for us. And if we go down a bit further, in 45 days, we'll have had another $5 that we can add in. So we're up to $30. 62 days, we're up to $35. In 77 days, we're up to $40. 89 days, up to $45. 100 days, up to $50, 101 days. 111 days, up to $55. 120 days, up to $60. But then you see at 126 days, that initial $20 comes out, and we're back down to $40. And this is going to happen throughout this spreadsheet. We're going to be able to add in funds as soon as we have sufficient. As soon as we have a $5 minimum, we're going to be able to reinvest that, and the spreadsheet will automatically reduce every time one of these investments expires by having gained its 25% profit. And you can see that as we go through and our investment increases, these $5 periods where we can reinvest are getting closer together because we have more capital here. And if we keep on going, you'll see these getting closer and closer together. And what we're looking for is where that profit per month can get to a stage where we can draw $5,000 a month from our plan and still keep the plan going. And you'll see here as we're going down, these $5 now are getting almost daily, and we're getting to be able to add much more quickly to our fund. It's growing faster, like the penny doubling grows faster. And you can see that the profit per month is also increasing at a much faster rate. It's going up and up and up at a much faster rate as the days are going by. What's involved in doing this? Logging into your account, reinvesting your profit. That's it, on a daily basis now, because we're now reinvesting $20, $25 every day. and that's making this grow and grow and grow much faster. And as we keep going, you'll see that we are now adding hundreds of dollars on a daily basis, and our investment is going up. We've got over $20,000, over $30,000 now in investment here. All started with just that single $20 investment period, and our profit per day is growing up. It's getting over 130, over 140, over 150, and it gets to 166, 67 a day or more at this point here in 2,153 days. And from there on, you can draw that $166 a day out and still reinvest sufficient to keep this growing. So you would always have an increasing fund despite drawing out $5,000 a month. It's taken 2,153 days to get to this point. 2,154 days. What is that in terms of years, months, etc.? If we grab a calculator and we put in 2154 and we divide it by 365, ignoring leap years and this sort of thing, you can see it's 5.9 years. So it's 5.9 years, almost 6 years, to get to this retirement income. All it takes is patience. But how fast can you get that $20? I want to show you two of the accounts that I have that are part of our free money system. This is the first of these accounts, and it's called Honeygain, and it's an app you download onto your computer, and it runs in the background, and I'm not sure what it does, and I'm not sure how it does it, but what it does is for every 10 gigabytes it pays you $1. And so in the last 30 days I've earned 194.18 gigabytes, $19.41. Some days are more than others. I've earned over $2 in a day on occasions. I've earned a few cents like this one on a day on occasions. I don't know why it varies. What I do know is the more you have your computer on, the more likely you are to make more money. So you could make $20. I've got $47 here available to cash out. I joined this program on the 6th of November and I cashed out $23 to see if it was real. I've actually, if you add $23 to that, I've earned $70 since the 6th of November. Today is the 15th of January. So it's in 2 months and 1 week I've earned $70. A little bit over $30 per month, although it's only showing about $20 a month at the moment there in the last 30 days. Let's suppose that this took you 6 months to get to $20, because you can't withdraw until you've got $20. So let's suppose it just took you 6 months to get to that first $20. And then it would take you another 5.9 years to get to $5,000 a month. We're looking at worst case scenarios here, without sponsoring, without referring, without any other income, without adding anything else in, just the bare basics. All you do is put this app in. When you've got $20, you can remove the app if you want, or you can keep it running and buy a pizza every month. Take $20, put it in, and in 6 years' time you can retire on $5,000 a month. That's a worst case scenario. It could only be better than that if you referred anybody, if you made more than $20, or if you put in $20 every month. For example, if you put in $20 every month, let's suppose you could make $20 a month out of this. What would the effects be if you put in $20 a month? This isn't the worst case scenario. This is a better than worst case scenario, because you're improving on what I've just shown you. Here we are, we're back at this same spreadsheet. Let's suppose we could make that $20 every month. And so we put in $20, not just once, but every 30 days. And that's what this is going to do. By putting 20 in there, in 30 days time, it's going to show a $20 investment. And we can check that out here. Here we go. It's added $20 in here. So instead of having 25, you've now got 45. And it's going to do that every 30 days. And we're still looking for $5,000 a month, that 166.67 in this profit per day field. But now we go down and we see that we've reached that figure in just 1,500 days, just over 4 years. It cuts your time down from 6 years to 4 years, 2 years. In 4 years' time, $20 a month, you retire on $5,000. This is the first example I want to show you. The next example is by using a different method of getting free cash. You can see here that we have different methods of getting free cash. I've gone through Honeygain. Oh, I didn't mention CryptoTab. I'll show you that now. Okay, this is CryptoTab, and what it does is it mines Bitcoin from your browser. You download a special browser, you open a tab up in that browser called the CryptoTab, and the browser works just like a Chrome browser, and as long as it's running, you are mining, and you can set your mining lower or higher. I've got mine set fairly low. Some people may want to turn it off. Some people may want to have it running at the maximum level, in which case you'll mine a little bit faster. What I will say is if you're mining faster, it may affect your capabilities of the internet. It may be using up some of your power. I find if you've got it down here, you don't notice it's even on. Okay? You can see here I've got $10. I've cashed out from this program probably close to $200, but I've been in it for about 2 years. It's not as fast as the Honeygain program in generating money, but you can apply this as alongside your Honeygain, and if this only brings you in $2 or $3 a month, it all adds up. So this is another program, very solid. It's got over 9 million members worldwide. It pays out whenever you request your payment. It pays you in Bitcoins, and to me it's free money. It's like walking down the street and every couple of months you're just lucky enough to find a $10 bill and you put it in your pocket. Okay, it's as simple as that. So that's the other program I wanted to show you there. But if we go back again, here I'm going to show you our second scenario. We have Honeygain and CryptoTab, which I've shown you both how they work to get you to that initial $20 or even to get you to $20 a month. We Share Abundance is another program we have. Once again, absolutely free. And when you get to the top level, the elite level in We Share Abundance, you will be making an absolute minimum of $50 a month profit. Okay, it's impossible to make less than that with We Share Abundance once you're an elite member. To get to elite member, you can work your way through, and it starts off a little bit slowly, and in fact to start off totally free and get to an elite member, reinvesting your income would take you about 2 years, but then you'd be making a minimum of $50 a month. So worst case scenario, without sponsoring, without making any sales, without getting any of the passive profits that you're likely to earn from We Share Abundance, without getting any of this other stuff, you will be making an absolute minimum of $50 in 2 years if you never put your hand in your pocket. You can be making $50 a month from day one if you're prepared to put in $125. That is all you could ever spend in this program. That is the maximum. Okay, and that would make you an elite member. But we're looking at worst case scenarios. The worst case scenario is you join as a free member, you log in every day, you check your balance and whatever else. Takes you a few seconds, and you get paid. And at the end of 2 years, you are an elite member earning $50 a month. Now, it's taken you 2 years to get there, but you're making $50 a month free cash. Let's go back to our spreadsheet. And if you remember, this was with $20 a month. But now we're going to make it $50 a month because we're making that from the We Share Abundance program. It's taken us 2 years to get there, but you can see we've got to this 166 level much faster. So let's scroll back up, here we go. And it takes us 1260 days to get to that level of being able to make $5,000 a month. If we get our calculator again, 1260 divided by 365 equals, it's under 3.5 years, but you've got to add on to that 2 years because it's taken us 2 years to get to the elite membership level. So it's 5.5 years. 5.5 years from today, no expense, never putting your hand in your pocket, spending less than 5 minutes a day. You, worst case scenario, could be making $5,000 every month. You could retire on an income that is in the top 5% of earners in the United States. We've only shown you a little bit. We scratched the surface. We've only looked at one program, and that one program on this spreadsheet here is my passive income, and it's been around for a good time, and it's backed up, and it's real trading, and you can actually do more with the program. You can actually join in the trading if you want and make even more money with it than this. You can sponsor people, refer people, and it will enhance your income in any of these programs. There's lots more that can be done. What I've tried to do is show you the worst case scenarios. We also have a program which is the HODL wallet, which is currently paying out around 12% per month in pure profit, and that would get you to these levels much faster than my passive trades. The minimum investment there is $10, so you can join that $10 and you can get that going. You don't have to choose. This is the great thing about it, because with our program you can do everything side by side. You can be in We Share Abundance, you can be in Honey Gain, you can be in Crypto Tab, you can be in My Passive Trades, you can be in the HODL wallet. We have other programs like Arbitrar, but you need €300 minimum to get involved in that. Pays very, very well. There are other programs. You don't have to choose. You can get involved in them all as and when you can afford them. Sometimes you may find it's desirable to put your hand in your pocket, but you never need to. You can, if you wish, take the worst case scenarios and be in these programs as you generate the free cash. And as you start making money from these programs, you can expand into other programs. This is a good roadmap. Why don't we just stick with the one program that pays the most money? Why have we got several different programs where you can leverage your income? The reason is security. These programs we've looked at, we've tried to pick the best, most solid, honest, compliant programs that are available. But you never know what's going to happen. And if one program changes its rules or stops paying or whatever, you've not lost out because we've got the other programs there. I don't expect these programs to do that. I don't expect us to have any problem with these programs. But you never know. We're spreading the load. It's the insurance principle. So you can be in lots of different programs. It's a safeguard for you. And possibly if we find other programs that are reliable, honest, compliant programs, we may add them and you can spread your load even further. But now We currently have several programs that you can get involved in. We have several ways of getting free cash, and all it takes is just a few minutes a day. God bless.